Razor Sharp Studios. It's time for the Bigdog AC Show.
Bigdog AC Show, we're back.
Man, you started right away. I wasn't even fully ready for this.
She has no idea what we're doing.
I was like, what? Oh, okay. Hello.
What the hell is going on around here?
Hello.
We appreciate you listening. We're on all the formats. And, we're trying to do something tonight that has been different from the other nights when we've done a show. We had a chance to watch the Kiss Kisstory thing
on
A&E. It was awesome.
It was really
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It brought back a lot of memories from where I was back in the day when I was a teenager and I saw that first Kiss Alive album.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
And I still have not posted those pictures of you with your Kiss makeup because you don't want me to, and you have not sent them to me yet.
No, I think I want to keep those out of the mix.
Why?
We took it serious, and me and my friend took it serious, and he was Paul Stanley and I was Ace Frehley. We took it serious, and we decided that we were going to do that. We talked about it on the last show, and it was a big changing thing in my life to be a part of that. Mm-hmm. Made me realize that I wanted to be a part of rock and roll somehow, some way. So,
now, how did you choose to be Ace Frehley as opposed to like Gene Simmons?
I think when I saw Ace Frehley, I just enjoyed the fact that he was who he was, the spaceman. Mm-hmm. And I've always liked guitar, and I've always wanted to be a part of a guitar player. So it just was easy for me to just be Ace Frehley.
Oh, okay. So how did you feel then when he was kicked out of the band or left?
Left the band. Well, I don't know. At that point when that all happened, music was changing anyways. And I think when that happened, I kind of moved on from the band at the time. As you get older, you start to, see things a little differently. And I moved on from it. So I started doing other things. But yeah, I remember when he left and Vinnie Vincent came in and then they got Eric Carr, rest in peace. And, everything changes. Everything changes. Like in the Kisstory we saw in A&E, Paul Stanley said there was a point where they would come out and he was pointing to the audience that there was nobody there.
Yeah. It was really good. I mean, honestly, I know basic shit about Kiss, but I haven't been like an avid follower like you have from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot, and I really think that it was very interesting. But also, disclaimer, it does say that Ace and Peter Criss were not a part of the show,
right?
And they did not endorse any of what was going on.
Right.
So this is basically Paul and Gene.
Right.
Showing, talking about like their side.
But they had like radio clips and XM clips of Peter and
so they did show all
Ace and stuff like that. They were, they had the voiceover of that. So it was cool. It was awesome to see Kiss. Like when they first came out, they were a force to be reckoned with, and they already knew what they were going to do.
Yeah.
So when they were in that Wicked Lester, when Gene and Paul had the Wicked Lester, they wanted more out of it. And it's obvious when you see it. It's just amazing. It was cool. I recorded it. I'm going to watch it again. It was a big part of my life. It was a turning point in my life, when the Kiss Alive 1 album came out.
Yeah, and honestly, though, when they went from, Wicked Lester, and then they got the opportunity to record at Electric Lady Studios.
In New York.
Yeah. So, so that just seems like such a big jump. This is we're starting to do something real now.
It's interesting to watch that because, they were singing background vocals, and Eddie Kramer and all these other people. They made sure they were a part of what was going on out there, and I think that's the way it was with bands. You had to be in the mix and be a part of what was happening to get what you wanted out of everything. So to see that and to see the hard times and everything like that. And then Kiss Alive came out, and then it was just took off.
Well, I always thought that they were, and of course, like I say, this is me not knowing anything because this is before I was born, right? I always just kind of...
Oh, boy.
I always just kind of assumed Kiss was popular from the gate, from the get-go.
Right.
Here we go. But they weren't.
They weren't. No.
So their first few albums, because I have their discography, studio albums in front of me. And so they weren't popular until Alive came out.
Yeah, then they started making money and started touring, and everybody wanted to see them, and everybody in the audience dressed up like them. I think that was what it was. I mean, not only the music was awesome, but teenagers and, me and my friend Joe Whitlow and all that, we wanted to dress up like them and be them. Like I said, it changed the hell out of me.
Because they were different. That whole makeup, that was completely different.
It was just something that you had to see it. Mm-hmm. And I didn't get a chance to see Kiss until they did the Dynasty tour at the Cow Palace in San Francisco. When they did that, and I got to see them, blew me away.
So that wasn't until 1979.
Yeah, it was. They had already been on top of. They were the number one band in the world by then.
So that was after Alive. Because when did Alive 1 come out?
I think it was 1975. Then that came out. 75, that came out, and it was just boom. Here they are.
Yep, you're right. 1975.
Yeah.
Geez, September 10th. It says 1975. You know how old I was then?
How old?
Like maybe 2 months old.
Right.
So I missed that tour.
I don't want to see any detectives at my front door.
Well, I'm legal now, so it's all right. It's okay.
And you were legal then, so we're good.
Yes, I was legal then too.
So it was really cool to see Kisstory on A&E. Mm-hmm. It was awesome. Tommy Thayer, story about that guy. He was in Black and Blue. They were doing a show, and they wanted me. I was working for a rock station at the time. They said, "Hey, we got Black and Blue, Keel, and a couple other bands doing this show. Do you want to go up there and MC it? Mm-hmm. In other words, drink beer." And go out on stage and introduce him. Yeah. I said, sure, no problem. I go up there. I'm standing on the stage and I'm kind of looking around and stuff. Tommy comes out. I didn't even know who he was. And he's got like 900 Marshall amps and a Gibson Les Paul. He's sound checking. And I'm on the stage and I'm like, you're blowing my fucking eardrums out. I'm like, holy crap. He's all smiling and playing. I'm like, man, rock and roll.
Yeah. And they showed him in Black and Blue because they talked to Tommy.
Yeah.
And of course, because he's a guitar player now. But that's kind of how he met them, right? When he was in Black and Blue, and then asked Gene to help produce.
Right. It's something like that. You have to watch this Kisstory thing. But yeah, and then all of a sudden he's taking care of all their Kiss things that are
their Kiss convention. Yeah.
He's in
so
charge
he
of
got
that.
into it.
Yeah, and then he was also like their tour manager for a little bit. Then all of a sudden he's Ace Frehley in Kiss.
Yeah.
I mean, what is that? I mean, how many people would want that gig?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's very appreciative of it now.
Like Eric Singer. Eric Singer's the drummer. Mm-hmm. I mean, how many people would want that gig? And now they're doing like the End of the Road tour. Mm-hmm. But you know what? When 1996, I went to the whatever Over the Road tour or whatever with them, and they're still playing.
Yes, they are.
They are still playing.
Because I don't think they know what to do with themselves if they didn't play.
One thing I got off of that, watching that Kisstory thing on A&E, was, at first I was like, that's cool. And then later on, it was sad that they're calling it a day. Mm-hmm.
Well, when you see the whole history and you learn from the beginning, very humble beginnings, right?
Right.
And then they work through a lot of bullshit to get where they're at.
Yeah.
And then, doing all the merch, and people might say that, they do all kinds of merchandise.
Oh, they're
toilet paper.
They're licensing everything.
Yeah, but you know what? They worked hard to get where they're at.
Yeah.
And why don't you want to have like some security? Here, wipe your ass.
Yeah.
Lift my face.
Yeah, you got.
But it's $10 a roll. Yeah. So, they're making money.
Gene's always been a businessman, and there's no doubt about that. And Paul's always been there with him. Mm-hmm. They are true friends. When you see this, they are true friends. And
from the beginning.
It was cool to watch that and see the old days, playing Winterland and all these places. And it's amazing. A band like that comes around once in a million years.
Yeah.
So, and influenced everybody. Dimebag, there, all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
And then when they, Paul or Peter and Chris, Peter, Chris. Oh my God. Yep. Peter and Ace.
Left
the band. I know, I'm so sorry. Left the band and they got replaced, and then they had them come back for the reunion tour and stuff.
Right.
And then they were popular with that again because everyone wanted to see that again and stuff.
I saw it.
Yeah, when was
I
that?
saw it. I saw that at the reunion tour like in '96, and it was great. Ace was on his game and all that, and then eventually it all kind of petered out after that.
Fell apart again. But then, so they talk about that, how it fell apart in the beginning, and how they came back for the reunion, and then they had Tommy Thayer help Peter and Ace get back into like their touring, get used to touring again, because they weren't playing like that. So Tommy had to show them how to do it again. So once he helped them, he was still part of it.
He should be the lead guitarist in Kiss. I mean, he should. I mean, he's great. There's no doubt about it. Hey, Ace was my guy. I wanted to be in a band and play guitar because of Ace Frehley. That was it. And I had a chance to meet him in Santa Cruz, California at the Catalyst. He was playing there. And I just walked over and introduced myself to him and got a picture with him. I mean, he was a guy to me, back in the day.
I've seen that picture, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he was we'll post that one.
Okay.
He was a guy to me. I mean, I wanted to be Ace Frehley. I wanted to be that guy. And I just think he had that influence on a bunch of people.
And what I thought was funny, though, is that you don't notice when they're singing, but Ace has a super New York accent. And it's like, oh, I didn't think that. And we're originally from California, so I mean, we don't hear the accent, right? We don't think we have an accent.
We don't want to keep talking about we're from California. We're trying to shake that shit off of us, man.
Originally, and I mean, we might have accents to other people, and like you don't notice it, and it's like, oh my gosh, he really sounds. But one of the things I did think was interesting is when they did the reunion, when they got Peter and Ace back, and Peter, after doing the tour for a little while, and they were going to go to Japan, right? I think is what he said.
Yeah.
And Peter said that he wants to make what Paul and Gene are making. And Paul's like, well, no. Here's your $1 million. You're not going to make... you left the band.
You left the band. Paul and Gene had to keep that going.
Exactly. If it wasn't for them, there would be no Kiss to reunion.
Right.
There'd be nothing to come back to.
We're not going to ruin... If you recorded this thing on A&E, we're not going to ruin it for you.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's just one little thing.
AC's used to do a movie review, so she's going to review this thing. Yeah.
Well, come on. I mean, some of that's probably common knowledge, right? I mean, I thought it was an interesting thing that... that's part of, they left, they came back, but Paul and Gene were committed the whole entire time.
To me, like I said earlier, it was cool to watch it, but then, a couple days after it, I was kind of, a little sad knowing that eventually these guys are going to wrap this up, and it's just a big part of my life. I don't think if it wasn't for me getting into Kiss and doing what I was doing with the makeup and all the stuff, I don't think I would have got into radio or listened to these certain bands and followed them and went to LA and worked in Hollywood. I don't think I never would have done that if it wasn't for that.
You wouldn't be part of the Bigdog AC Show right now.
I'd probably be some sap-sucking husband sitting over there in the corner.
Oh my gosh.
Trying to, make my wife happy.
That would be horrible. Why would you want to make your wife happy?
I just couldn't do it.
That would be, that's for shame.
Bigdog AC Show. Thanks for listening. We are on all the formats, and we're on local radio.
We're going to be, right?
Oh my God.
Well, at least some commercials. We're going to be, right?
I think, we decided that we were going to see what we could do locally, and we've already been on the programming and the traffic side of radio. So now we are the customers. We are the ones buying the time on the local radio station. Great local rock station. 106.3 Clue.
Oh my gosh.
FM in Albany, Oregon. Great people.
Yes.
Great. So now we're going to be on there, and we're starting, I think, it's 4th of July. Happy 4th of July.
Oh, yes. Happy Independence Day in the United States.
Yes, in the United States. So we got a couple Fridays lined up that we're going to be running our commercials, and I think it's going to be kind of funny in a sense of that, we've never done it.
No, I mean, in traffic, when you're in radio and traffic, it's not usually, you're not in the traffic helicopter flying around talking about the traffic.
Different. Yeah, it's different.
You're scheduling the commercials. So that's where I'm from. So I know how to schedule the commercials, and I know which parts are the best day parts to run your spots in and all that stuff. Right. And you're from the programming side you were a DJ and you produce commercials and all that stuff. So we kind of combined, we make the perfect awful client for any salesperson.
Because when we're actually, when I went over there and I was talking contracts and stuff like that with them to put this on their local radio station, there's not too many people that have faith in terrestrial radio anymore. Mm-hmm. They think that, once you sign a check over to them and that's it, you're done and they just run your little spot. Not at this radio station. They're really good about how they want to, present you on their radio station. And plus, we're going to produce our own spots. It's going to be fun. It hasn't been fun because we're banging our heads against the wall trying to get these things right. But we're going to be on local radio.
Yes, trying to cram things into 15 seconds. 15 seconds is not that long, considering my movie reviews are probably like 30 minutes long. So trying to get me to shut up, the 15 second, it's super hard.
Well, the thing is that the people that are emailing us and contacting us say they love to hear you do your movie reviews.
I hope they do.
I take a nap when you're doing those, I think.
That's fine. You can take a nap. I don't care. As long as I'm able to keep talking. That's cool.
So, speaking of movie reviews, we don't have one tonight. But
yes, we do.
No, we don't. Not one of those horror movie reviews.
Oh, okay.
We have... I watched a movie with AC last night. Mm-hmm. It's the new one with Chris Pratt.
Yes.
It's actually, I gotta say, in the beginning, I give it and I'm gonna go right out of the beers right away. Hold on.
Okay.
You got 1 to 5 beers. Okay. I'm gonna give it 2 beers in the beginning, and then I'm going all the way up to 5 at the end. Because at the end, you're kind of like, because it's crazy.
Okay, is that your review?
I think so. But I'm not. I just think it. What's the movie? Anyways, what's it called?
It's called The Tomorrow War, which most people probably, Amazon's flooding everything. If you have Amazon Prime, they're flooding you with...
I get it. I understand it. The storyline is really cool when he comes back. We're not going to ruin it. But, it's actually pretty good. But the beginning of it's kind of like, okay. And like I said last night when I was watching it, I'm glad he doesn't have that dry sense of humor like...
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, because
I know you don't like him.
Well, it's not that I don't like him. I just think his movies, he tries to put that humor in there, and you really don't need it. You don't need it with him.
Sometimes he's over the top.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan is a good actor. There's no doubt about it, and he's great in a bunch of movies.
And he's a cutie.
But he doesn't have to try to be funny. And I was just like, maybe Chris Pratt will not go there with that. And he was almost there, but he didn't. It's a good movie. You got to watch it because there's a bunch of twists and a bunch of other stuff in it. Yeah.
But I'm going to do an official movie review later, or am I talking about it now?
Okay.
Because you kind of already jumped on it.
Well, no, it's on my list. You have the same list I have.
I do.
Yeah.
But we skipped over a couple things that we were going to talk about.
I skipped over... No, your list doesn't even compare to mine.
Oh, I wrote it down for you. You have a different list.
Where's it at?
Big Dog has a different list.
All right. Anyways, Steve I today, obviously the show's being recorded today. It's 4th of July.
Okay.
Steve I did Star Spangled Banner, a baseball game or something. I just happened to catch this on YouTube or whatever. Mm-hmm. Man, awesome. Steve I's been around a long time.
Yes, he has. He's awesome.
I've seen him in David Lee Roth. Mm-hmm. I've seen him in White Snake, Alcatraz many years ago. Killer guitar player. Mm-hmm. So to see him do the Star Spangled Banner, unbelievable.
No, it was probably really good.
It was good.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was really cool. I'll show it to you later.
Okay. Yeah, that's really... I was going to say, though, that we were going to talk about beer, right?
You can say whatever you want. It's a podcast. That's what the sales girl told me over there.
I appreciate it because we can say whatever the fuck we want, right?
We don't care what you say on your podcast, but you can say stuff on the actual...
That's family friendly on the commercial.
Family friendly, please.
And trust me, it was really hard for me not cussing.
It's tough.
It was really fucking hard.
Because, with the podcast, we open up. We just open up.
I just talk the way I normally talk.
That's what we do, yeah. So
to edit myself, it's kind of hard sometimes.
I had to edit AC many times on those commercials.
You can't say that. No, you can't.
Yeah, I can't say that.
Okay, well, so now we are drinking Migration Brewing Company's Patio Pale Ale.
Right.
It's 5.8% alcohol. And it's very tasty.
It's actually pretty good.
And I can see sitting on the patio, especially when it's been slightly warm here. Yeah. Our heat wave broke, though. It's no longer 100, so that's nice. But it's still 80s.
I never thought living in Oregon, it gets so hot.
No. Somebody fooled us on that one because I didn't believe that it was going to happen. But
thank God Razor Sharp Studios has an air conditioner.
Oh my God, we'd be dead, right? But this is out of Portland, Oregon. And Portland themselves were having a heat wave, which they're like, oh, it's 111 degrees. And it's like the highest in June. So that was like last week, Well,
not only are they having a heat wave, but they're having like major crime problems up there in Oregon.
That's a whole other
Portland, Oregon
situation.
We're going to defund the police department. Let it all run wild.
But we're not going to talk about that.
No, we're not talking politics.
But we can say that obviously we are drinking beer today. And last weekend, Big Dog did say he was not going to drink. And we did do that show.
Yes.
Straight.
Well, here's the deal. The last week, I decided it was time to step back a little bit away from like drinking like 10, 15 beers before the show. Mm-hmm. So I've had a couple, but not as much as I used to. And it was getting to the point, like I said, the last show that, I'm just going to have a beer and have a good time. Not too many. We got some listeners out there that say, I like you better when you're having a couple beers. No disrespect to the people that don't drink and that have been sober for a long time.
Yes, in fact, Nikki Six, he posted on his Instagram, he was sober 20 years a few days ago.
No disrespect to all those guys and gals, but you know what? Have a couple of beers, do a podcast. That's it.
Be responsible about it. And
just don't drive anywhere.
We're having a few, like we started when we started the podcast. Yeah. Started podcast today. And, we'll drink more maybe later, but we're okay.
Well, when we first started the show, it was Beer 30. Mm-hmm. That's the name we gave it.
Well, because I also couldn't do it when I was stone sober.
Yeah, we couldn't. We'd open the mic up and she'd just stare at everything. It's like, are you going to say anything?
No, it wasn't that bad.
No, it was good. It wasn't that bad. And, we started the show in August of last year, and it was had a couple beers, loosened things up a little bit. The last show we did, I had no beer or nothing. But you know what? Have a couple of beers, do the show. Whatever happens after the show, happens after the show.
Yes.
So the beer we have now, I'd have to say on a scale of 1 to 5 beers, I give it about a 4.
It's very good.
Yeah.
If you like, it's easy to drink.
Yes.
And like I say, it's called Patio Pale Ale. I could see drinking this on your patio at a bonfire or whatever. I mean, a lot of the beers that we've been getting, they're really good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very smooth, and with the warm weather, they just taste really good.
It's very good. It's a good hang out and have a couple with the Big Dog AC if you want. Yeah. Happy 4th of July weekend. You're going to do a movie review. Now, earlier, here it is. We listened to a little music before we do the show. Mm-hmm. And I pulled out the Steel Panther CD.
Yes.
I haven't heard Steel Panther in a long time. Mm-hmm. So when we were listening to it, we were just like, man.
They're raunchy.
They're raunchy, and we missed that band.
Yes. And we never got to see them live.
Never. They played... when we moved away from the coast over in Pismo Beach, they played there after we left.
Right after we left.
Twice. Mm-hmm. So, we've always missed them. So
yeah. And if they want to come to Oregon, that'd be awesome.
If they want to come and be on the show.
That would be great,
that'd be
too.
Cool. Get Steel Panther on the show talking to us.
Their lyrics are so raunchy, but they're such good musicians.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I mean, if you just listen to I don't mind listening to the lyrics either because they're fucking hilarious.
They're great.
Yeah, but if you just listen to the music, I mean, they're good players.
Well,
man.
the bass or the guitar player used to be in a band called Fight, and that was Rob Halford's band. So,
yeah, okay, from Judas Priest.
Come on, man. He's gonna be good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, they're really good.
And the guitar player and the singer used to be in a band called Atomic Punk, which is a tribute band to Van Halen. Mm-hmm. So if you can play Van Halen, you can play anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Satchel, he's really good.
Satchel.
That's his name in the band. Satchel. Yeah. Oh, but I did want to say, okay, so Snacks is not here. He was supposed to, we were going to try to get him for the holiday weekend and stuff. But in honor of Snacks, I will say I did make a snack.
You did?
To come in here.
Yes.
With my beer.
Yeah.
And it's very basic. It's called tortilla chips and green salsa. But it's really good. The tortilla chips are the I don't even want to fuck up their name, but Calidad. I don't know. They're really good tortilla chips, the restaurant style. I know, probably. But then I got green salsa. It's just Tostitos brand, but the green salsa, we don't usually get that, and I really like it. It's really good.
You know, it's interesting. We sometimes we'll be sitting there at night and we're watching TV and we've already had dinner and we're just sitting there. And then we watch Guy Fieri and Diners, Drive-Ins, and Drives or whatever it is.
Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Yeah. And we're sitting there and they're making all this food and we're like, God dang it, I got to go get something to eat.
I know, we're hungry again.
Holy shit.
Where can we get good Mexican food? Where can we get this good Italian food and stuff? I need to make that. We should make that.
Stop watching that because you get hungry after that.
Yeah, it's so hard. I mean, I love it. I'm a cook / baker, and so I like watching Food Network and all that stuff. So
Right.
I like learning the way they do the homemade stuff.
It's AC's movie review!
Although it's not as good as Snacks, the intro, I do like my original movie review intro. So I still appreciate it.
You know, the one thing I like about Snacks, what I like about Snacks when he sings, he puts some Beyonce into that.
He puts the facial, and we need to do videos so that people can appreciate the facial expression, because that's like half the fucking fun on that
He
shit.
just gets that Beyonce going.
He's crazy.
He looks great. So eventually we'll get him in the studio. So
Eventually.
AC's movie review. I had a chance to sit there and actually watch it with her, but she has a review on this movie.
I have my review. So
Yes.
it's the Tomorrow War, as you said, with Chris Pratt. Fucking brand new, 2021, just barely came out like a week maybe ago. So I'm not going to do a whole lot of dissection on this because I want people to have a chance to watch it. It's on Amazon Prime or Prime Video. So PG-13, 2 hours and 20 minutes. It did not feel that. When we were watching it, it did not feel like it was 2 hours and 20 minutes.
It felt like it was like 4 hours.
No, it
and
did
20
not.
minutes with me.
I enjoyed it. Okay.
You know what? I mean, and can I just do a little movie review
go.
of it?
Go ahead.
Before you start your 30-minute long
go.
version of it?
Yes, go.
Chris Pratt, obviously, big movie star. No doubt about it. He's been in a lot of stuff. Guardians of the Galaxy and all this stuff like
Yes.
that. I get it. I understand. that when you first start watching the movie, it's kind of a little slow in the beginning. So then it picks up, and then it gets really good, and then it has all these twists and turns and stuff. That's all. That's all I'm
you're
going
gonna say.
I don't want to give it away because it really, people should see it. It's actually not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
And I was going to read this, but the premise is basically it's present time. Well, I think it's like 2-3 years from now in the future. So like 2023 or 4 or something like that. And so they're watching a soccer game, and then all of a sudden this weird thing appears. Like they're watching it on TV. So then this weird thing appears, and then all these people, these soldiers come out, and they say they're from the future. So they're like future us, future US, or future world, whatever. And they're fighting aliens, and they've come back to our time to recruit people to go back to the future and fight these aliens, because we're basically losing the war, and we're all going to be dead. Everyone's going to be dead. The world... Every human's going to be dead in like the 50-something plus years. So they came back to recruit people. They start a worldwide draft because it's basically affecting not just the US, it's affecting the world. So the world has a draft, and so then they start drafting people. So then Chris Pratt's character ends up being drafted, of course. And so then he goes to the future to fight these aliens. So that's the basic thing. And I like it. I mean, I'm a sci-fi person also.
Oh, yeah.
Horror and sci-fi, I like it.
But the one thing for sure that I noticed with this movie was they made Chris Pratt take his shirt off like 3 or 4 times.
Of course.
I mean,
he works out, so
don't they all work out?
I don't think all of them. But CM Punk did not work out in that movie I saw him in. He needed to.
Yeah.
He needed to. And Chris Pratt's a cutie too.
Well,
come on.
Chris has come a long way.
He's come a long way. He was in Parks and Recreation, on TV a while ago. And he was a little chubby guy, but he had the personality, and he was super cute because he was really funny. Now they've switched him to having the nice body and the good personality, so he's like perfect, right? Because he's a good person.
Didn't he do something for in honor of his father-in-law?
Oh gosh, yeah, in the movie. And this is not a secret because I actually saw this posted. So then when I saw the movie, I was like, oh, there it is. that he had a nod to Arnold Schwarzenegger, because obviously he's married to Katherine Schwarzenegger now. And in the movie, instead of "I'll be back," which is what Arnold says in Terminator, he says "I will be back" to his daughter. So that's supposed to be a nod to him.
It's a crazy twist and all that in this movie. You don't expect it until it happens.
Yes, and there's a lot of action, which is really good. So like the fights, the military scenes and whatever, and when they're fighting the aliens, it was really good. And I liked it.
You don't really see the aliens in the beginning of it, but when you see them, they're intense.
Yes. And also what I liked about this movie is that from the moment they see, the future, the soldiers from the future come to our present time, then they jump ahead like 12 months. So you don't have to deal with all the bullshit of people saying, "Oh, this is a scam," and "Oh, no, I don't believe that. This is a hoax." And then you go through the whole 12 months of people arguing about it and not believing it. It's like it went from, "Oh, shit, what's going on?" to, "Okay, well, we're all drafted now, and this is like a normal thing," and they knew it.
And then, "Oh, shit, what's going on?"
Yeah, and then when they jump to the future.
Crazy.
Yes, it's just like immediate shit.
I never watch a movie with AC because she does her own thing with the rock and roll kitty and watches a movie. I just sat down and watched this and it was like, in the beginning, like I said, I was like, whoa. But Snacks would say, "This is not my movie review. It's AC's movie review."
Exactly. And I admit it was kind of slow because they got to build up to this thing. And there's a thing with Chris Pratt and his father, and there's some dysfunction there, and there's all this kind of stuff.
And you'll see who his father is. You'll know exactly who this guy
you will.
is.
And he worked out too, because he does not look like he does in some of these other things.
No.
So he did work out too.
Yep.
So they have a thing with Chris Pratt's daughter, his character's daughter, in here, and they're trying to build up the storyline of him being a good dad, but he also knows that he's made for more than being a ex-Army Ranger. I think he was ex-Army Ranger. He did tours in Iraq and stuff. And then he came back and is a biology teacher in the high school. So he's kind of like yearning for something
else. Once again, we don't want to blow the whole movie for you, but AC will blow it for you.
No, that's just the basic. That's the basic. That's the basic beginning.
Stop talking about the movie.
Well, he just always said he was made for more. So then he does get more.
He does get more.
I'll say that. How about that later?
We'll leave it at that.
Yes. So I did enjoy the movie. Because this could easily have been a movie that was in the theaters. And of course, right now there was no theaters open. And this is Amazon Prime. And I feel like Amazon and Netflix are really stepping up their game. Like they have movie theater quality movies.
Right.
That you're just watching at home.
That's the only platform they got to release these things. So
yeah, well, you know, some of them have the HBO,
but they're all coming back. They're all coming back to the theaters.
The theaters are coming back, but I like watching the nice blockbuster ones in my house.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
For the theater, you know, at a home theater or wherever, you know, and not having to go out. It's kind of nice.
So on a scale of 1 to 5 beers, AC, what do you give it?
Okay, I'm going to give this, you said this earlier too, I'm going to give it a 4 because I did like it. Because I do feel like this is a blockbuster movie.
I said I'd give it a 2 in the beginning and a 4 at the end. I literally, at the end, when all the scrapping and fighting with the aliens is going on, I was like hanging on like, whoa, shit, they're getting down.
Yeah, because you think that they're done fighting them in the future, but maybe not. No, I mean, there's something that happens. And so I'm going to try not to blow it for people.
I was waiting for Mark Wahlberg to come out of somewhere, you know. Say hi to your mother for me. I don't know.
Well, he was not in that movie. Neither was Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Why am I not in this movie? Yeah.
But I like Chris Pratt. I think he's funny, and I think he's got personality, a good personality. And
it was good. Yeah. It was a good one. I'll give it that. I'll give it that. And then there's a couple parts where I pause it. I'm going to go take a leak, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But when the action starts, hang on.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was very good and action-packed, and it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yep.
So, yeah. So, there's my quick movie review, everybody. I hope I didn't spoil it for anyone, because I know a lot of people are going to watch this movie.
Yeah, I think so.
So
we just told Snacks today to check it out. Snacks said he's going to watch it. So.
Yeah, because it is a good movie.
Yeah.
So one thing also we want to talk about is that last month, so for the month of June, we were saying that we wanted to get 50 downloads. and then I would dye my
I
hair.
honestly can't believe we got them. We got more than 50.
We got twice as many that I asked for, so that's awesome. So then, in honor of that, Big Dog said he's going to dye his pubes blue. He just told me he was going to do that.
This is a family show.
No, it's not. It's not a family show.
Yeah, we got double, triple the downloads. AC's going to dye her hair blue. I figured I don't have any up there, so I'm going to shave the other ones down there blue. So, whatever.
Oh my gosh! Well, we might not put pictures of that up.
Nah,
they'll probably block us.
Yeah, they'll cut us off. Cancel culture will get our ass.
God, that'd be so funny. But so thank you everybody who did share us and who listened, and we appreciate that so much.
I don't think they really understand how much we appreciate France and all the ones that have been with us since we started this thing. Mm-hmm. We appreciate you. We hope that we bring something to your life that is like funny and exciting. Like Conan said, when Conan signed off, he says we bring stupid and funny together, and it's hard to do. Mm-hmm. So we bring rock and roll and funny together. It's kind of easy because we've been doing it a while, but we appreciate it. We appreciate you listening, and I can't wait to see AC in blue hair. Although in 2 weeks she's going to go down and visit her folks for a whole week. She is not going to blue her hair up before she goes down there.
I don't know. I might still. I'm not sure.
Your mother is old school, man. She will eat you up.
I know, but like I say, that's not the worst thing I've ever done. And, it's just hair. It's fine.
It is.
So, I might do it before I go down there at the end of the month. If not, I'll do it in August. But I am, trust me, I swear I am going to do it.
Yep.
Because you guys did it for us. You got our 50 downloads plus.
Yeah, that's great.
And we appreciate it so much. And
so every show we do, we throw some change in the swear jar. Mm-hmm. And the swear jar is set up because we swear a lot. Mm-hmm. So we donate that, and I ask AC, what do you want to donate the money to? And it's always an animal shelter. We got Rock and Roll Kitty from an animal shelter. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why, because she's crazy as hell, but we love her. We love her being here.
Yeah,
so we're going to donate some more money. We're going to post it. We're going to let you know where we do that. Mm-hmm. You can help out as well if you want. I think all the animal shelters need our help.
Yes, for sure.
With everything that's going on in the world, don't forget about that,
Right, and especially this weekend, Independence Day weekend in the U.S.
Yeah.
There's fireworks going off. We all appreciate the fireworks, but please be careful with your pets.
Yes.
And I hope everyone has them safely locked up in their house or somewhere that they can't get out, because it's a bad time of year for that.
Well, even if they're locked up in the house, they still go nuts.
They do.
You just got to be there for them.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Kitty was already going crazy like the past 2 days, and it's not even, it's just the whole weekend she's going to be crazy. So you just have to be careful.
So listen up for that. We will let you know who we're going to donate to, what animal shelter, who we're going to help out. We appreciate you listening to the show.
We're on all the platforms. Follow our social media, and don't forget we have stickers. So we've already given out a lot of stickers.
Yes.
So if anybody wants some stickers, email us, message us. DM us, anything. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. Email us, bigdogacshow@gmail.com. Check out the website. Follow us on everything.